All right. So as promised, fellow YouTuber here. I'll let her introduce herself.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Quisa J. Follow me on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, _imperfect.measures. We talk about everything on my channel. It's not really a chill channel, but if you want some tea, you want to laugh, you want to joke, follow me.
Hit her up. It's also my cousin, by the way, right?
Favorite cousin.
So I'll attest to that. My favorite cousin. So I'm bringing her on the episode today because I wanted to get a outside perspective and ask a few questions as far as like firearm and ownership. Because this can be a sensitive topic for some. Um, and for others, they want to learn more so that they can get into firearm ownership. So hopefully, this will help those that are on the cusp of trying to decide, why and what and when should you do it if you want to do it. So um, I have a few questions I like to bring to the table for Miss Quisa J.
Quisa J.
All right. The first question is, what does gun ownership mean to you?
Gun ownership to me means protecting my family in a sense because in the world that we live in, it's scary. And, we grew up around in a neighborhood of gun violence, and now as I'm older with my own children, I wanted to own a gun so that way I could be able to protect my family if someone was trying to run past me and snatch my purse, or if I were out somewhere in public and someone was, in trouble in a gun situation. I want to be able to be, that person that can step in.
That's understandable. So most people always say, "I want a gun. I want a gun." What actually, or how did you actually make the decision to get into guns? What prompted you to actually make that move? So you're saying I did that?
Yeah, so um my cousin can be quiet, but he's very informational. And I actually was scared of guns because I know they are a dangerous thing. But once I seen him doing his thing with the customizing with the different, and he knows his stuff, I'm like, well, I want a gun, cousin. What should I get as a gun? So I actually bought my first gun maybe a year ago. I bought a purple sky is my favorite color. But he was one of the reasons that made me look into actually, you know, guns. And now I'm trying to, learn the ins and outs, the safetyness of them, and the let's see what I want to call it, the well-being of them, the way that they can protect me and my family. But yes, I blame him for getting me into guns. It's his fault.
Yeah, and I know most people with families usually have a different approach about guns. So my question is, how do you handle the approach of guns, firearms around your family, your kids?
um well, my guns are cased up, except for a few. I keep one close to me, but they are not in the reach of my kids. My kids know that my room is off limits. My kids know that firearms are dangerous, so I teach them. I don't hide them from my children. If my children ask me a question about them, I try to educate them as much as possible, because I actually just read on Instagram an article where two cousins was actually playing at 2 a.m. Why? I don't know. They were playing it at 2 a.m. in the morning, and the gun went off, and she ended up shooting her cousin, and then she ended up turning around and killing herself.
Oh,
I just watched that on Instagram, so that actually made me want to actually, make sure that my kids are educated. But my kids cannot reach my guns at all. My guns are in arm's reach of me, and they don't know where I have housed them, but they do know I have them.
and that's interesting. Before starting the video, I actually scrolled across that. It was like a 9-year old, which is a tragedy. And this is the negative connotations and how the negative part of guns get
Right,
out, because of mishandling, people not securing their weapons properly,
right.
and not considering family. Like first and foremost, I have quite a few nephews, and they watch TV, they play games, and he say, "Don't you have a gun?" And I say, "Yes, I do." "Where your gun?" "None of your business."
Right.
And I educate them that guns are not toys. So Thank you for answering that question. Now, my question, I'm a single individual, no spouse over here, but my question is geared towards the missus over here. How does your spouse feel about you owning and operating guns?
Um, he's kind of like into it. Um, he's in that line of duty, so it's a must that I'm educated about them. He's actually happy that I'm actually getting to learn them for myself versus always feeling that why do I need to have a gun when you have one and you could protect me? But he's like, no, if I'm not around and you're out somewhere with my children or you're home with my children while I'm away, I need to know that you can protect yourself and you can defend yourself and our children. So, in a sense, if I buy a gun, it's not my gun, it's our gun, and vice versa. But he's actually happy that I'm getting into the guns. He told me don't go gun crazy, but again, we blame cousin for this. But yeah, so he's fine with me having guns, and we actually go to the range and shoot a lot, so that way I can shoot head on.
Okay.
I'm not a hot shot and all, but
Oh, MC Hot Shot.
MC hot shot.
And actually, I'll try and get some videos when we go to the range in the future to show y'all like I can shoot a little bit.
You're the hot shot. You can shoot
I can
good.
shoot a little bit. So we'll bring more of that as we go forward. Um, I don't know. Do y'all have any questions for us that you can post in the comments that we can do a roundabout? I like to get more people into these conversations. People who have absolutely no knowledge of guns. So that way, I like to get a broader perspective of how people feel, why they feel that way, and what motivates them to and not to get, a gun, weapon of any choice. Um, so those were just a few questions that I had for Miss Quisa J. I'd like to thank her for joining the
No
YouTube
problem.
channel. Again, subscribe if you like this. Even if you don't like it, subscribe.
And tell a friend to tell your friends to tell their friends that MC Hot Shot is going down.
Yeah, and then also subscribe. I'll put a clickable link in here somewhere, and then it'll also be towards the comments where you can subscribe to hers. Her page is like she said, it's not specifically about any one thing, so it's a very good page to watch and subscribe. So, what's that name again?
Underscore imperfect dot measures.
All right, thank you, and thank you all for viewing us today. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.